Sinking. Yo, that was smooth. Welcome. What's up, y'all? To the forecast. You know it's looking sunny and beautiful outside today. To my left or your right, we have.
Well, we don't have to. We don't.
Well, dang. To my left, in real life, we have.
Shay.
To my right.
Kentucky Fried Chicken, baby.
Okay.
Yeah, we just. Well, whatever. It's a podcast. We can do whatever we want.
Okay. It's your boy Jay Friday. How y'all doing?
And also in the background, we have Jello Quay.
Yes, you can't see me if you're watching it on the actual video, but I do have a microphone, so I'm going to be a part of the podcast. So yay.
Oh boy, we talk back.
What's good? What's good? What are we talking about?
So welcome to the forecast where the truth reigns.
Alright, yay. First episode, debut episode. How we feeling?
Good.
Good.
Yeah. Podcast is going to be great. I'm glad.
Alright, if you are now listening, watching, or listening to this podcast, we thank you for taking your time and checking this out. Definitely, this is the first podcast, so we finna talk.
Yeah.
Welcome.
Yeah. Of all the lives that we've did, too many people have been like, y'all should just start a podcast. So
Here we are.
here we are, starting a podcast. Let's see how this works out.
All right. What's the forecast today?
Yeah.
Forecast for today is y'all some hoes.
H.O.E.
H.O.E. Hoes. Now, I wouldn't be good out here in the street. You know, there are some hoes out there. Shout out to y'all. But today, we're talking about the acronym HO, H-O-E, which stands for Honest, Organic, Everyday.
Every day.
So we aspire to be more hoish.
So there's hoes out there. You're ruining it. The hoes are needed, man. You're ruining it. You're ruining it.
Oh, y'all didn't give us
bring it back.
For sure, y'all didn't give us a place to speak. So, today,
I done messed up now.
Again, the acronym HO is H-O-E, Honest, Organic, Everyday. That's what it stands for.
So
why?
So the good abbreviation.
Okay.
Yes, the good abbreviation of HO. The question is, why are we trying to be hoish out here in the industry? Why is it important for us
To be a hoe.
to be a hoe? Can anyone weigh in on why it is important to be a hoe in general?
Well, being a hoe is actually a good, well, obviously we mentioned what it really means, a good definition of it. You gotta be honest with yourself. You gotta be a hoe with yourself. So
That part.
I mean, especially honest, organic, every day, every time, whatever. It's you gotta be, first things first, you gotta be that with yourself. Learn yourself, take some time, close the door, look in the mirror, talk to yourself, meditate, pray to the higher deity that you believe in. Excuse me. You know, I'm just saying deity, not categorizing. You know, whatever it is, know who you, be honest with yourself first before you be honest with anybody else.
Because you can't be honest with anybody else if you're not honest with yourself.
True.
People sure try.
That's
True.
it's the American way.
I mean, you don't even know who you are. Why are you talking to me?
Right.
Go start over. Goodbye.
Honesty is important in my opinion because when it comes to life, honesty will put you in a place where you're met with your foundations and your desire all in one. Usually they link up because you're honest with yourself. But when you're not and you don't want to be honest with yourself, what you've learned and where you're going usually differ and not in a way that you can control or a way that you're trying to go. So honesty with yourself first is important, and then honesty with the people around you, at least the ones that you may work with or claim to be friends or claim to be family, is important because at the end of the day, it takes you to go out of your way to be honest with someone. It takes them to go out of their way to be able to accept it, and ultimately progress doesn't happen when you sit still. You got to work for it. So honesty is progress. You know what I'm saying? If applied correctly. So how do we feel about being organic?
I would say, I'm sorry.
Oh no, continue. No, please run that.
Because honestly, I had to be a hoe with myself recently. So
hey, let's talk about
yeah, it's because for those who don't know, I'm a professional wrestler on the side. I've been watching since I was a kid, and I decided when I came back from deployment in 2015. I was watching wrestling because that's what I did and everything.
Deployment from where? From where?
Oh, I'm in the Navy, so I went to at the point I can say now. I went to first place was Portsmouth, England. Definitely beautiful, bro.
England, where else?
Bahrain 3 times, Dubai twice, Singapore. We hit Hawaii on my birthday, which was dope, and then we hit Homeport in San Diego. And like when I came back and I was like watching wrestling, minding my own business, you know, just chilling, doing me. I watched it and then I had that epiphany, like, yo, what am I doing? I've been watching this for years, my whole life, and now I'm like, bro, I don't live with my parents anymore. I have a car. I'm getting 2 checks a month. I should at least do something instead of just go to work and come home.
Invest in myself.
Yeah. So after that, I looked up a place and I found it within 10 minutes. I gave them a call, and then by that next week, I started this pro wrestling journey.
Hey.
Now,
Just like that.
I would say, honestly, I had to be honest with myself again. Because I've been working for a minute, but the thing about it is I haven't put myself out there enough or at all. You know, because I'm looking at these lists, like, shout out to my bro Billy Dixon. He got ranked as like one of the top wrestlers of this year.
Okay.
Hey.
And the thing is, we started together. And, you know, I talked to him, and then he's going to keep it a stack with me. He's like, bro, you should be on that list with me. And I'm like, and I sat there, I'm like, you're right. Like, I'm not saying you're right as in I should be on that list. Is the fact is that, like, I'm confident in what I do. You have to match, whatever you do, you should have confidence in what it is. Like, these guys here, they're dancers. Jello, she does movies and, like, recording and everything, production. And, you know, there's going to be times where, like, this is easy, it's cake, it ain't nothing. But there's gonna be that one time where it'll be like, yo, that show was horrible. You know, you just gotta take time. You gotta be honest with yourself. Maybe you had a good performance, a bad performance, as long as you're honest with yourself. So that's how I say recently I became honest with myself, because I'm seeing all of my friends who's saying like I'm good and all that stuff, and they are getting noticed, and I'm getting noticed, not gonna lie, but like not as much as I I wouldn't say could be. I'm not sounding cocky or nothing. I'm not sounding cocky. It's just my confidence. It's like I gotta be honest with myself. I feel like I'm getting not noticed enough. I gotta put myself out there more. Because one thing I know for sure is that I know how to wrestle. I know how to get the job done.
Bang.
For sure.
You know, that's how and definitely that's why, that's in a nutshell, some way that I feel like you gotta be whole with yourself first. And that's all I gotta say about that.
Hey.
Well, y'all got the honesty part. Go ahead.
All right. So we got H for honesty, O for organic. Before we tap on organic, I just want to say not to be confused, although very similar to authentic. I believe in my mind that authenticity is the fact that yes, it is real, but organic in the sense of a process is something that doesn't have to be so prepared and planned that we don't have an area to grow and a space to be wrong and be right. So and segueing into organic, I believe that being organic is it's a privilege, to be honest, yo, because some people don't get that. Some people walk into whether it be working situations or relationships or whatever the kind of relationship is, for whatever reason,
right?
Instead of being able to walk up to somebody and be yourself, openly speak, make mistakes in conversation, whether it be walking on eggshells with a manager or with a relationship like a girlfriend, boyfriend, or with a teacher or something, just an authority figure in general. If it can't be an organic relationship, it makes this situation a bit tougher to deal with. But on the flip side, as we were recently seeing in these Island episodes, you guys should check out on our Patreon. Yes.
Plug.
Recently watched Island episode 9. And in that episode, there was
it's getting real.
One character who was ranked first place amongst the Island members. He chose his members for the next dance competition, and one of his members basically pushed in and took his leadership position. In doing so, it didn't leave space for the rest of the members to honestly and organically talk to the member who pushed himself in to be the leader, because they felt like you kind of pushed yourself there, and in doing so, we find it hard to pull up on you because your energy is so strong or so aggressive or so solid in a sense. So an organic relationship in any sense is the best way to go. This way you can get to know people in their best space. You guys can laugh, you guys can cry, you guys can get to know each other, but it won't come across as if the pages aren't aligned, because we're all allowing space for growth. How y'all feeling about that?
Okay, I I can tap into that.
Tap
in. All right. So like being organic, I feel like I'm at that point in my life to where now because it's basically first it's like honestly you have to be honest so everything can start being organic. Like it just flows to that. So like I already didn't have my moment, my heart to heart with myself, to be honest with myself of where I'm at, where I want to be, what I want to do, all that stuff. So now it's like I'm coming into things that's more organic to me. Things are just coming. Like the stuff that you want to manifest, it just comes. Like once you start dealing with yourself internally, being honest with yourself, it just comes to you. And so now I feel like me and my family are like on the same wavelength. Like we're like being honest with each other, because like usually like we'll listen to each other but we don't really put our input on each other. Now it's like I see you need to know what you gonna do about it. So how are you gonna do it? How are we gonna make these steps as a family to break these curses, because we are the only ones that's working on it. So now it's like I can be I'll say for my sister example, like I just had a heart to heart with my sister and my little brother. We was both just talking to my sister, like encouraging her to like, so what you gonna do? Because you keep complaining. Are you gonna be honest with yourself and walk into what you need to walk into? And so you can have this too, because we happy. Me, my brother, my mom, we're happy because we're doing what we want to do. Like we already fixed.
We doing what we want to do.
Like, we doing what we want. You're the only one that we're worried about. So we had to be
after that.
right, period. So she was the only one that we were worried about, because she wasn't happy with what she was doing and where her life was going. So when we had that talk, guess what? Now she all happy and shit. She going out, her friends, and going to get dinner and shit. I said, when? Since when?
You looking like you.
Looking like you looking, girl. You look happy, girl. It's like it's just the joy and the happiness just come naturally once you're honest with yourself. Once you see who you are, what you need, what you're not gonna deal with, what you are gonna deal with, all of that. Like once you handle all of that. And trust me, age helps too, because I'm about to be 30. And so that light bulb do start flickering around about 28, 27, 28, it'll flicker. 29, they're like, all right, bitch. you is it on yet? You got to get it together. And then, yeah, I'm about to be 30 in December, so.
You know what?
That light, it's on, baby, and I ain't got time for nobody.
I was listening to a rapper named Anime. I don't know if some people know. I know y'all know. And he had put out an album called Limbo, and he had a track on there called Kobe. You know, rest in peace, Kobe. And everybody, and Gianna and everyone else that was on that flight. Crazy thing is we were all together recording a video when Malik gave us the news about that. And nobody, and like we didn't believe it. We're like, you know, nobody believed it at first.
Facts.
Like that's the first thing about being honest with yourself. You didn't want to believe that it was Kobe Bryant.
Denial.
That's denial. That's
you know, but like he said, you know, when Kobe died, he felt like his childhood went with him, because he was like, you know, let me find out how money works, or find out how to buy a house or everything, because you know, like we've been watching Kobe since we were kids, because he was saying when Kobe died, he felt like a piece of his childhood died with him, because we've all grown up to see Kobe at least in one game, you know, and like it's like, you know, it's like, whoa, you're an adult now, you know, you're feeling older, even though we're still in our
children.
And like the thing is, we're about to hit 30. I'm be 29 this year.
My mom likes to say all the time, y'all grown. No, we not.
No, we not.
No.
She's like, no, y'all grown. I'm like, Mom.
Like, God bless the 20-somethings. Like,
for
sure. I was like, it's a whole different time. Like, y'all were getting married at 25.
I feel like
21, 22.
Yeah, I feel like it's like even in high school. When I was in high school, I was seeing like mad females being pregnant. And they're like, yeah, I'm grown. I have a baby now. I'm like, yo, we didn't even finish high school yet. So and you want to go to college, so you're going to have 2 responsibilities by the age of like 16, 17.
Child.
You know, and like with that being said, it's just organically, it's like it's like we don't feel like growing up is scary. Growing up is scary, you know, but you know, it's just you're gonna organically grow up eventually.
I know some grown people that have not grown up or been honest with themselves.
Hopefully, let me retract that statement. Allow me to retort.
Yay.
Some of us will
Hopefully
grow.
you get to
Hopefully,
that point.
it's just a scary world we live in, and you gotta be. And it's just like what you were saying. You know, you gotta grow up eventually.
Okay, I was wondering how he was gonna tie that whole Kobe stuff together and get back. I
No,
was wondering where you were going.
It's growing up. It's the fact that when Kobe died, it's like, yo, it's time. It's really like my childhood is like going away because I'm getting older.
Yeah.
You know, and like with Kobe dying, and Kobe only died. Kobe was 41. 41.
To be honest, that was me when 9/11 happened. I was like,
Boy.
oh. I knew that day. I was like, for sure.
Yeah, I was about to say my childhood was ruined September.
I mean, it was ruined before, but like 01 was, I was like, for sure, this world is not for us.
Oh boy.
Don't be blind. Figure it out. Like, and I was depressed for the next few years.
I mean, there are times where even I have to remind myself to be honest with my own self. Like if I like apply for a gig and I don't get it, and I'm just like, oh, I'm so upset. Like I was the best person for that gig. Like I feel like I was the best person for that gig. There's like they're missing out on like a great like PA or a great like PC or APOC or whatever. And then I have to sit there and be honest with myself and just be like, you know what? There's probably someone who's just as good, if not better than me, who got that position. Like, yeah, you want to feel like you're the best for the position, but at the end of the day, it's literally just drawing names out of a hat based off of your past credentials. Like, as long as someone can get the job done, who cares? Yeah. Especially if, like, you're trying to get into a camp of people who don't know you. You know? So it's like, it's just like that whole, I think if anything, how they say, oh, our generation is so... like we're not the participation trophy generation. If anything, we're the generation that had to figure out that our parents telling us we're special our whole lives was the biggest lie they've ever told us. We're not. Were we that generation?
My heart.
They try to say that we were the generation of
Participation trophies. They're like, oh, everybody gets it. No, I'm sorry. That like they it's because that they, especially with generations, they confuse millennials with Gen Z. They still, it's just like how like when you go to your parents and they still think of you as that teenager that lived in their house. They still think of us as a whole, still think of us as teenagers. Like, no, we are adults. As much as we may not feel like it, right. We are adults. We're almost 30. They're still thinking about us as like teenagers. And that's Generation Z. They're like, oh, you guys had participation trophies. No, we did not. We had winners and losers. You guys are the ones that told us that, oh, you're so special. You can be whatever you want. And then we went into like high school and college and got smacked with a big fat, you are a dime a dozen.
Nah, I got that when I was
or even younger.
I was like, look, especially playing sports and stuff. I played all the sports, so it's like, yes, I might be locally great, but when I did AAU, I said, oh, bitch, these bitches can run. I was like, no, I see now. I see how the world works.
Like when I was doing web design and Skills USA, regionally, like we literally built our website in like 30 minutes, like 6-page website, all links, everything like that. But when we went to like state, we were like, this is not as easy. You know, so I mean, it's like you just got to be honest with yourself, and like, and it all deals with, and it can deal with like where you are in general, you know, as far as like, yes, in this pond, you're great, big fish, little pond, but you go to a bigger pond, you become a smaller fish.
That part.
You know, and it's just being honest with yourself, and sometimes in terms of that, and it's important because it allows you to keep yourself grounded and aware of your capabilities and, you know, who you are. So that's why I think being a hoe is important.
True. My parents called me a king when I was big. I still believe it to this day. That's just me.
True. My mom named me king. So yeah, that believes that foundation.
My name is Joseph. So and Joseph was a king. and a dream interpretative. That's another story for another time. Anyway.
So with that being said on why we think being a hoe is important,
Right.
that kind of brings us to us bringing our hoe-ness to the world in terms of this reaction channel. So I kind of do want to just kind of say why I decided to start it, the origins of it. So when I had just finished shooting, directing my first feature in Atlanta, and I went down to Jacksonville to visit my brother, and we were drinking.
What year was this?
Last year.
Oh, okay.
Last year. So 2019. So around like March, April 2019. Then I went down to visit my brother. We were drinking, listening to music, like had the computer hooked up to the TV, playing YouTube videos. And then my sister-in-law, Rosie, yes, I know, but her name's actually Rosie, was like, hey, there's this band that played at Coachella last year, and they're currently my jam right now. So me, my brother, my best friend, Rachel, we were all like, okay, cool, let's listen to it. So she pulls it up, and it was Blackpink's Kill This Love. And I was like, oh, she was like, yeah, it's K-pop. And I'm like, oh, I've heard of K-pop. And I'm like, there's a friend I have on Facebook, Isa, who I had known for a long time. And I was like, I'm like, there was a point where that's all she was talking about was K-pop. And I was like, there was like this like, and I was like, I remember her talking about like a band called Monster X. And I was like, there was some band that she talked about for a really long time. I was like, it was called like BTS or something. Like, I don't know why BTS is just what stuck with me and not Monster X, but BTS was the first thing that I said. And I was like, let's see what they're about. So they're like, okay, whatever. Since we've shifted over, to listening to K-pop now in our drunkenness, let's see what they're about. We Google BTS and we picked their top song, and it was Mic Drop, the Steve Aoki remix. And, me and my friend Rachel were just like, okay, so she looked at me, she was like, they didn't have to go that hard. Like, especially the blonde one, which we ended up finding out later was Jimin.
I was like, which one?
And then we were like, we like that one. Let's watch this next one. And the next one was DNA. And we thought the same one. We were like, why is this dude attacking us? And it was, once again, Jimin. And then, we just kind of, again, we just moved on, started listening to other stuff. But then when I came back to LA, I was like, let me go back and listen to them again. I like the song. Let's see what they're about. And what I found more than anything were reaction videos to them. So I was like, okay, let me watch this person watch BTS of the song that I've heard, and I enjoyed it. I was like, oh, that's so cool watching somebody react to something that I like and they like it as well. Of course, that's nice to see because you feel your feelings are validated. So then I just started watching reaction videos where I would watch like a BTS video and then I'd watch the reaction video to it. And I'm like, oh, this is so fun. I would love to do this. I hate being on camera though. And I was like, okay, so I'll just listen to like, just BTS on my own. And I just kind of like listened to them just like, again, on my own. I didn't know about ARMY. I didn't know their influence. I didn't know how big they were or anything like that. It was just music that I just happened to enjoy listening to. Nice. And then that's when, I started I met up with Mailk, told him about it, and I was just like, hey, I'm thinking of doing like a reaction channel, but I don't want to be in it.
I'm next.
Do you know anybody who would want to be a part of it? And he did. He was like, let me call some people. Again, this is us going into it not really knowing who BTS is, how big K-pop is, how long it had been going on for, and then I'll turn it over to Mailk.
So thank you for that, because that was great to hear the process of how the reaction channel became a channel. For me personally,
and how organic it was.
Yeah, how organic it was. Exactly.
Organic.
So for me, previous to meeting Jelly here in LA, I personally I wanted to do not so much reaction channels, but I've wanted to be someone who can speak and give wisdom to folks because of what I know and what I see and what I learn. And
Hosting.
See. Yeah, so, but I've never really felt like the strong desire to be like the party planner, like, yo, what's up, welcome to the party. But I know my energy takes it there. I know I'm good with people. And so I've always wanted to like take the time to really set something up. So when Jelly approached me, I think we were on set. I think the place was like page 71 West or page 27 West, someplace in West. It's in West Hollywood, near the UCLA area. It's like page 71 or page.
Yeah, some club.
It's like an underground bar situation. It's nice.
Some underground VIP club thing.
Right. Go in there and you order like a Mick something, like McAllen 15 and whatever. Yeah. Anyway, so we were on set there for 11 hip hop episode. While we were there, basically we were waiting for the scenes to start. They would pick out of like the 10 of us that were on set to be background people. Jelly and I would be picked. Just to go to the other side of the bar and maybe sit there and fake a drink or fake a conversation mid-bar or act like you're walking around with a drink while the Love and Hip Hop crew are having an entire conversation, so on and so forth. And in doing so, there were props that they were putting around. So Jelly had her own cards. They were small business cards about video production, about what she wants to do, her YouTube, so on and so forth. So with the little stack of cards she had, she was like, I'm gonna like put these out so people can see them. And I was like, oh, for sure. So I was like, give me a few. She gave me a few. I literally walked around set as if I was like talking to people like, hey, how you been? Like, my name's Mailk, nice to meet you. Drop the card. Yeah, and so and so and so and so. Okay, I'll be right back. Went to the next person. Hey, how are you? My name's Mailk. Oh yeah, I like your shoes. Drop the card. And And I just kept dropping cards either next to people or like underneath their drink. But basically in every scene, her card would be there. And in my mind, I was like, you know what? If we're gonna be working in the industry, you should be used to one, seeing someone's card like this, and two, having your card be seen. So if you're on set, drop it somewhere. Drop it on the floor. And I remember this specifically because Red Bull, when they first started, their marketing strategy was to get these fake Red Bull cans. They were not filled with anything. Crush them up and throw them into VIP sections at the end of a party. Or at the when Drake came to like a big celebrity came to a party or a situation, they would like leave Red Bull cans in the grass or left over. So over time, and then get like one celebrity to take a picture with like this Red Bull can, not knowing that it was like a fake situation. They didn't know what it was. But over time, you see enough celebrities holding a can. You go to enough clubs and see these crushed cans. You're like, yo, Red Bull. Why have I never heard of this? It gives you, what's this? Over time, the marketing got them the money to start the business. People don't know that. And then from there, that's why Red Bull does BC1 and sports and everything, because they weren't trying to do energy drinks. They were trying to make the business, the marketing. So they started with going to clubs and faking a drink, and that became the marketing. So that in my mind, I thought, you know what? Let's fake the cards. Put them underneath the water. Put them up the energy drinks.
I didn't even know he was doing this until we were like in the scene where we were supposed to be like looking through a menu, and I opened the menu and my card is shoved inside of the drink menu.
Easy.
And I'm like, what the hell?
Easy.
And he was like, what? That's what you gotta do. And I was just like, all right, cool, leave it there.
And so for me personally, I was like, this chick, she's got her own card. She said she wants to do video production. She's got like a YouTube thing up. Like, I don't know who she is and what she does, but if she believes in herself, I don't know her, but I believe in you. So from then, I made it a point to myself to make sure to stay connected somehow, some way. Over time, we eventually reconnected, and then as Jelly said, she came through with the K-pop idea, and so I asked Ra Nerdsworth, aka Flitz. He's a part of the NE6 community. Shout out to them, really great community, and of course RNS. We'll talk about that. But my homie Friday, it was Joe Friday here, and it was Flitz and the beautiful lady he's with, Cherry. Those are the three people who were like really down to just kind of come through and start doing reaction videos. And so I guess as it started, I didn't think twice about it, just give your opinion and what I can. But as it continued to roll, it just became so much more. So I thank y'all for that.
I thank y'all for not coming to me and just saying, this sucks, I don't want to do it anymore.
I remember it was like, cause like at a time, I live an hour away from Los Angeles, so it was a time like every weekend I'm always at Mailk's spot just kicking it because I just didn't want to. I was going through stuff and like being over there, I enjoyed time. There was one time I came in the room, he was like, "Hey, so, bro, check this out. My homegirl, her name is Jello." I was like, "Her name is what?" I'm like, you know what? It's LA, so everybody got a nickname, I guess, or a title. Cool. He's like, "Yeah, she's doing a reaction channel." I'm like, "For what?" He's like, "K-pop." I'm like, "Korean pop music?" He's like, "Yeah, you know what it is?" I'm like, "Yeah, but I don't listen to it. I think it's trash." Like,
Now what?
I mean, so I was like, but he was like, "Hey man, like, it's a good way to get us out there." I'm like, "You know what? You're right." He's like, "All right, cool." So she comes through tomorrow at some. Rod's coming too. I'm like, "All right, cool," and boom, it's like we went from 0 subscribers within a matter of almost a year to like over 5K, yo. Like, and it's organic and everything. It's
Organic.
You know, because like
I was just at the house. I was just over.
Shay came in season 2.
I'll say what say yeah, she came in season 2 and it was good because people are just like, it's good to see like a girl in there.
Yeah.
And you really like balanced out their craziness. Like
all this Scorpio energy.
like
over here just
you brought the
scorching me.
structure that I couldn't because I was behind the camera and doing everything and I like that you guys said how organically this developed because when we first started doing this, we were getting in a lot of like online fights because of the thing, like what we were saying, how we were saying it, and then all of a sudden people started accusing us of doing this for clout.
Oh man, I remember.
And if anything, I was very behind on the lingo. I was like, I had to look up like,
is that when y'all first started?
I had to look up
Can't be me.
what clout was. And I was like, but why did they think that we're doing this for clout? And it wasn't until people started accusing us of starting the BTS reactions. And again, we started with BTS because that's all I knew. And I was like, I like them. I'm just gonna give them like a fast forward like 20 video laps of here's when they first started. Here's the latest thing that they've done. So that's why we started with BTS. It wasn't until people started accusing us of clout that I realized how big BTS was. I had no fucking idea.
Let's also take our hats in a moment of silence for the episodes of the Get to Know BTS where we had to listen to the guy like speak through the Siri voice and explain like these 13 minutes of who Jimin is. Like moment of silence for those episodes.
I'm gonna let you know right now.
Hello world. This is Jimin.
Out of all the videos we reacted to,
Those?
I hated it. I despised watching Getting to Know BTS. Don't get me wrong, I wanted to know who they were. But that damn little hello. Welcome to BTS. It sounds like Tim Curry. It sounds like Tim Curry stuck in your computer, bro. I love Tim Curry, yo. Yeah, because in the video you can see in my body language, I'm like, bro, how long we got?
If it wasn't for
and each of the videos were 20 minutes long, and then after we released them, a bunch of people were like, oh, they're extremely biased, some of the info is wrong, like,
so we had to watch another 20-minute video.
Of like, they were like,
shout out Squishy Manyugi.
I
remember who made it, bro. Like,
Squishy Manyugi got,
cause like, yo, Squishy Manyugi made all those videos, which were the correct ones, I believe, and like,
I can't remember,
but like, I remember like we did so many of those videos, and it was always raw, like shout out to Squishy Manyugi.
Yeah, that's right.
And I remember that.
I think those are the ones where they were like biased.
Okay.
Yeah, there was one by Sugar and Spice. That was like kind of like a tell-all one. That was good, but we never saw like the ones that were like only like 10 minutes long. That were more up to date, because at that point like you kind of already knew all of the same information.
I would say like, you know, addressing the whole clout situation.
Let's go address it.
Alright, cool. I will.
Don't nobody do shit for clout.
It's like this. First of all, we don't do nothing for clout. This is who we are, 24/7, 365.
We want to do it because we want.
We want to.
Right, and it's just like if we were doing it for clout, don't you kind of think that we would be like
Like, oh my god!
Like,
How many YouTube? Like, if you haven't, go to YouTube and type in BTS reaction and look at all the other reactions. But also go to youtube.com/Eloquate. Check us out. But like, if you look at all those reactions, the videos start for like 2 seconds and people are flipping the fuck out. I'm like, yo, they didn't even do nothing but look at the camera and smile. You like,
right? It's just like I understand if like yes, they're to me,
but they're
gorgeous.
Yeah,
but I mean, it's like I'm not gonna.
Don't say I'm doing this for clout because like I'm telling you that the song was trash or like the video wasn't good or the production needs work. Y'all saying oh boy, I
want you to all get it out.
I'm sorry. I'm like
you
see I'm upset because I'm passionate about it. It's the fact that like our channel, I would say. Our channel, out of how many, maybe not that many, are the ones who will really tell you how we really feel about a video we watching. Because at the end of the day, we are hoes. Like the episode of, like name of this episode. It's the fact.
Hoes.
It's like the comments we've seen is like people like, oh my god, how can you hate this? I'm like, how can you hate that? How can you hate this song?
This
I'm like,
is a reaction video. I don't have to like everything you like.
Right.
We're being honest and organic every time.
If you don't want to see, if you don't want my honest opinion, don't request me to watch it. Any of us to watch it. Excuse me. Don't watch. Don't ask us to watch it.
And honestly, don't even stop reacting to insert person that you feel hurt that we insulted and hurt your feelings here, because we're gonna react to who we want to react to. If we wanted to do it for clout, we wouldn't be wasting our time.
Say it again for the people in the back.
We wouldn't be wasting our time.
One more time.
We would not, as 4 adult human beings who have other things that we could possibly doing with our time, would not be wasting it on doing something that we did not actually want to do.
Ain't nobody got time
to
waste time.
If I ain't like it, I wouldn't watch it.
Like,
you really think there would have been these many videos on our channel if we didn't want to watch it?
Right. If we wanted to do it for clout, we would have 10 videos and probably like 100,000 subscribers, because all we're doing is licking the assholes of whoever we're watching.
Licking the asshole.
That's true. That's what some people are doing. Oh my god,
it'll be 10 videos of BTS. It'll be 10
Please.
BTS videos of their best songs, and you'll get a video out like once every 2-3 months.
Right, like you can't tell me, you cannot tell me that one human being, or even 2 human beings, loves 100% of every single song they hear with absolutely no sort of, well, it wasn't particularly my taste, that it makes them bust a nut every time. Every song makes them bust a nut. They hit you with the face through the whole goddamn video. No, and that's not us. And people are like, well, it's how they say it. Granted, some of the deliveries of people's thoughts were unfiltered and extremely harsh, and we have learned how to deliver
to be more tactful
in a particular way, but we're not changing what we're saying to make you feel better. Like, I understand watching a reaction video and them saying exactly what you want them to say because that's how you feel, but having been doing this, that's not the reality.
We ain't pleasing everybody. We not put on this earth to please everybody.
Also, if I may,
of course,
how do you feel when you're watching the reaction video, and they corroborate your feelings like, oh yeah, RM's the best rapper out there. What do? I know, right? Yeah. So like basically, you're coming to YouTube to scream at the YouTube, but when we give you our honest opinion, you have to take the time to like really sift through your feelings. Why do I feel this way? Why is it that they have such a strong stance against what I'm feeling?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if it doesn't become personal in the, oh, you guys just hate BTS, you just hate whoever, you know what I'm saying? Then you have to take the time to learn something more. And that's the point. At the end of the day, at a reaction to anything, if I swing, your reaction should be to move. That's a reaction. Now, if I came at you and swung and be like, yo, why you moving around? That's what y'all sound like.
That's
what y'all sound like.
Why you can't hold still so I can hit you?
Right now.
Because I don't want to get hit.
And just to make it clear, the alternative is a response. If you swing and I'm prepared, then my response is to block it. or to parry it, move you out your, you know what I'm saying, to have a response. But a reaction is, if you swing on me and I don't know what's coming from, I'm gonna duck, I'm gonna move, I'm gonna, You can't be upset that I do that because it's my reaction. Right. If you're a trained fighter and I just duck, you know what I'm saying, you're gonna look dumb for looking at me and be like, bro, why don't you know how to block with your elbow sideways? Because I don't train for this. I don't do this this isn't my love and passion, you know what I'm saying? This particular thing. So that being said,
we're not embarrassing ourselves to make you look good.
This isn't for the clout, for sure. We're not coming out.
I'm not being fake. I can't do it.
Right. And like at sometimes we're gonna look ignorant, we're gonna look foolish, we're gonna look like we don't know what we're talking about.
But
that's
we don't.
Organic.
That's the organic part of H.O.E.
Next time you guys try planting a garden, which is the most organic thing you could possibly make, other than like humans. Tell me how many mistakes you make. How many kids get raised with mistakes? That's an organic process. Yeah. Same thing with reaction channels. It's gonna be a process because it's organic.
With reaction channels, with getting into K-pop, because it is a whole world. It is a whole culture. You can't expect somebody to just walk into like a situation they've never been in and know how to navigate the room.
I see y'all in the club. Y'all know how to navigate the club. I seen y'all in there. Out of here.
It's like, you put us on she put us on the BTS. We didn't know who they were, so we took time to actually get to know every single member, and then keep it going from there.
Yeah,
and y'all still and those guys are like still very unappreciative of like us actually taking the time to learn who they are, their background, and then some songs they put out we don't like, and y'all get upset. It's okay. You don't have to watch it. Just dislike it or not follow.
And also tagging along with that,
all right,
they're gonna get the same treatment that we would give any other artist. If their voice cracks, we laughing, we clowning. If something happens, like that's just what it is. Like even earlier today, I'm going back and forth with somebody who's mad that we laughed at Jimin's voice cracking. Why? We laughed when Beyonce tripped and fell.
Yeah.
We laughed when we shook our heads when Miley Cyrus was twerking on an ice cream truck. We were clowning Drake when he was sweeping.
When Travis had to show in England and he fell right in the middle of the stage.
And his cell phone bling thing.
Oh yeah.
So, right?
Hotline bling, yeah.
And every time he got drugged under the mud by before he got real hot by Common, by Luda, by it was multiple people.
Right, exactly. If anything, y'all should be like, thank you for treating these artists like y'all do everybody else and not treating them differently.
They're humans.
Right, they're humans. And you need to understand that your favorite artists are humans and they have the ability to mess up, and sometimes it is funny as hell.
We all have a favorite artist where we've seen them embarrass themselves or do something stupid and we laugh at it. But at the end of the day, we still support them.
Shit, the thing is, they laugh at it.
Exactly. But y'all mad I did it on camera and put it on the internet?
But y'all mad.
They laughed at it after. I understand with whole, Jimin beating himself up and like being real hard on himself and stuff like that. But at the end of the day, it's just like this is the life that you signed up for.
It's the moment.
It's the moment.
That's it. It's not them personally. It's not every time they come on stage. It's just the moment.
Right. We're not laughing saying ha 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 ha. Jimin's voice cracked. He sucks. He's a terrible singer. No, we were like, oh, his voice cracked, and we weren't expecting it. That was funny.
Yeah, me personally, if I go to the store and I see somebody I don't know just trip and fall out of nowhere over nothing, I'm gonna laugh. I'm gonna help them up, make sure they're okay.
But I'm gonna laugh first.
You good? But
that's your first reaction.
I'm not even gonna lie on this podcast. No, it's not. Go ahead.
So as far as like with that, we are hosts through and through, and everything we do, and that includes our reaction channel.
All of that.
And it did develop very organically. We weren't like, BTS is real popular. We're gonna do reaction videos on them. That's not how it happened.
See, we're too old and too mature to clout chase. Because I done seen some people clout. We are now at a level to where this woman was clout chasing on fans only, talking about she was kidnapped and send me some coin. That shit is not okay.
Hold on, wait.
She act like she was.
Who this?
In 24 hours, she made like over $1 million, bro.
Right. She said, "Oh my God, can y'all send me money? They beat me up. If y'all just send me tips and stuff." Yes, like she was being trafficked, and these kids are out here being trafficked. That shit. No, I do not clout chase.
What's her name? Yo,
people
cancel her.
like that. I don't have time for that.
Y'all quick to
I don't.
You like go on TikTok.
I'm too grown.
Go on TikTok, dog. You want to know what clout? Who people chase for clout? Go on TikTok.
Right.
Look up people. Look up some of the people on TikTok. Some of
I
them
don't
are
like
actually funny on
I
there.
don't like 6ix9ine. I don't like that little baddie girl. They all be clout chasing. Remember, they had to
Whoa.
goddamn apologize to Snoop Dogg because they was like, "What's good?"
Whoa, Vicky, bro.
And
I
that's
couldn't
not
stand her.
that's not saying that there aren't reactors on that do clout chase, because I'm pretty sure there are. We see in our comments all the time where they're just like, we like your honest reactions. We see that you're not chasing clout, and we appreciate that, you know. So, but just like real quickly, what's a moment where being a hoe blew up in your face?
Oh, well, it's all the time on YouTube.
YouTube. Go on.
No, go.
You already know what I'm gonna talk about.
Go.
Okay.
Me?
Okay, you can go first.
In a nutshell,
Wait, before you do, because I want to make sure before you explain. Okay. So when you say blew up in your face, do you mean like it didn't work out for me, or it just splashed back? Because you can still got the point across, but it splashed back.
Yeah, just like a point where you were being, honest and organic, and it just ended up blowing up in your face.
Gotcha.
so like they
Okay.
did, like in other words, they didn't get it or it didn't work for me.
Yeah, it just didn't work out.
This didn't work out the way you originally planned.
Right.
Let's go
Where
with
you
that.
thought-
Let's go with
Okay,
that.
so the
Where
situation.
you're like, I will be honest and
Well,
organic
if
in
it's
this
gaslighting,
situation.
Tory Lanez situation. Yeah, that was crazy. Anyway, that's another story.
If it falls into the other episode, then wait. But if not,
But yeah, we was at a friend's party not too long ago, and we had and our friend, she was turned up, and then we had other mutual friends there as well, and then one of our friends, she got she was trying to get everybody to move downstairs. She's like, the party is downstairs, go downstairs. I'm like, and then she sees me, and she's like, hey, Joe, I need you to go downstairs. I said, okay, give me a second. Mailk, he gave me his phone to hold while he was checking on Shay. I didn't know where they were, but like I thought he was upset, so I was like, just give me a second, wait till I'm just here waiting on Mailk, waiting for him to get back, and then everything. And then once he comes back, I'll let him know the detail. Then I go downstairs. No problem. And then she's like, I don't think you understand me. I need you to go. It's like, no, I need you to go downstairs. I don't think you understand me. I was like, all right, how about this? I was like,
sorry, it was so smooth. All right, I don't think you understand me. Okay, how about this?
that's really how it
Because
went.
you're not gonna come at me because you think I'm coming at. How about this?
Yeah, I'm like, how about this? How about let me go look for Mailk, see if he's still upstairs, so I can give him his phone, because I'm up there with his phone and my speaker while he's checking on his girlfriend. Like, I gotta make sure, I'm like looking out for my man's stuff while he's checking on his girl. I'm just looking out. And then she's like, yo, get the fuck downstairs. And then she just started going crazy. She's like, I don't give a fuck. Get the fuck downstairs, you bitch. Everybody, there was still people up there. They stopped and looked at me. And I'm like, yo, who the fuck you talking to? I'm trying to come at you with a situation where we can figure this out. And you over here calling me out of my name. And she decided to get my speaker that I had there, take it and put it outside in the front of the house outside. I'm like, yo. And what is your problem? Like, what's going on with you? And she's like, I was telling everybody to go downstairs. Everybody went downstairs, but except you. You're the only one that stayed up here. I'm like, yo, there's 5 other people around here besides us. But you're the one giving me this energy. So, but calling me out my name, that's not going to make me move any faster. If anything, I'm going to stand still. I'm going to be a statue in this bitch. So, and she was all like, yeah, and I will. And she's coming to me, she's like, no, if I say downstairs, go downstairs. And I will get physical, like getting loud for no reason. And like getting up on my shoulder. I'm like, yo, like, what are you doing? I'm not going to fight you. Like,
That sounds like someone who needs to be honest and organic with herself.
that's really the main thing, because the next day we tried to squash it, but that didn't work either.
Wow.
So I was just trying to be like, I was being honest the whole time. I'm like, yo, you need to work on yourself. You need to see who you really are.
So how did it blow up in your face?
It blew up in my face because I wanted to squash it and really see what if she was okay. Because the thing is, the next day I didn't have to go out to eat with her and talk about the situation, because I was told about something happening earlier that night. So I was like, oh, so it was just carried over anger. So I was willing to me being the person I am, I'm willing to be honest and organically. I'm like, okay, I want to figure this out so we can squash it and be friends and let it go and move on. And it blew up in my face because she told me fuck you 6 times in a row, and just
because she wasn't willing to admit what was going on with herself.
Yeah,
she wasn't being honest and organic with herself.
But I was being honest with her, and then and that whole time, and she just came at me, and like that night, I was like whatever, but I was still hurt. I'm gonna be honest, because we were cool, but it blew up in my face that we couldn't squash it and still be friends. I have no hate in my heart. Keep doing your thing, but just stay away from me.
Right.
That's how it blew up in my face. I'm sorry, like I prolonged it, but like I had to explain all of that for it to understand.
Backstory's important.
Yeah.
I'll just do like a quick example. It happened back in college with this girl who I was real cool with for a time. We had another friend that I had introduced her to. I'm still friends with, let's say, person B.
Okay.
But person B had like low self-esteem, and she was trying to figure out, what are different things that she can do to get her self-esteem up when it came to like talking with people, talking with boys, getting in relationships and stuff like that. And
that just happened to me.
And I was giving her the slow and steady, and I was just like, figure out who you are before you try to bring somebody else into your
the
shit.
Picture, right?
Into your mixture. Like, you need to find out why it is that you feel you have low self-esteem, because nobody else is going to help you with your self-esteem except you.
Right.
Being in a relationship is not going to help you with your self-esteem.
Woo! Say that one more time for the people in the back, mommy.
Say again. Go ahead.
Someone else ain't gonna help you with your self-esteem. Bitch, it's called self-esteem.
That part.
In the words of Cat Williams.
Self.
But person A, they had a conversation outside of like that. She asked her for advice too on her own. And then so when I spoke to person B again, she was like, person A told me to just like get in a relationship and just try dating around. And I'm like, time out. No, I know you. That's not gonna work. And then person A had came up to us, and I was like, why you tell her this? And she was like, I just told her, yeah, be a hoe. Not the hoe we talking about, the ho-ho. Ho-ho-hos. The dot-dot-dotty-dot-dotty-dot-hos. And so just, slightly back context, person A was currently just found out that she had HPV. The cervical cancer kind.
I'm so sorry.
At least the strain that could give her cervical cancer. She didn't have cervical cancer, but the strain that could give her cervical cancer, and it was because of her sexual promiscuity and lack of safety in such things. So she was like, yeah, I just told her to be a hoe. And I was just like, that's not good. I'm like, we all know how person B is. That's gonna fuck her up more than anything. I don't suggest that, and I'm like, and you were wrong for suggesting her to do that, because you know how she is. You know how her self-esteem is and how that's really gonna fuck with her. And she was like, well, doing that like help with my self-esteem. And I looked her dead in the face and I was like, and look where it got you.
Woo!
And I'm like, because you still have self-esteem issues, and now you got this medical problem. Because of and you giving her the same advice, the advice that you took, and it didn't help you with your self-esteem, and now you got fucking HPV, and you giving that same advice to somebody else, and you know in your past and the reason why you are the way you are, and that wasn't her past, like, why are you willingly passing off damning information and advice?
Sounds like hurt people
That
subconsciously.
Needless to say, we're not friends anymore.
Oh, for sure.
Same thing on my side.
I'm not friends
Same thing on
with
my
person
story.
A. Me and person B
I'm good.
are friends.
Bet.
Because when me being honest and organic in that situation, she was like, Jelly got a point. But person A did not want to be honest and organic with herself. And did not appreciate my type of wholeness.
I'm a different type.
I'm a different breed.
I'm a different breed of hoe.
Cut from You was cut from the cloth. I was produced from the spider, bitch. Don't play with me. It's silk.
Okay.
So that's
Silk.
a time where it
Polyester.
blew up in my face.
Yeah, I lost 2 friends in 1 year, so we can. What?
Dog.
And they were best friends.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you talking about? Yeah. I've been through it. Been through it.
All right, so
For sure.
yeah. So I mean, in the comments below, or feel free to reach out. Let us know. Are you a hoe? Are you a hoe?
Right.
Do you have any level of hoe-ness? Do you find being a hoe is important?
Hit us up. And then while you're hitting us up in the comments, please don't forget to hit our Discord as well if you want to continue the conversation beyond YouTube, because, you know, this can go as far as y'all want it to. But one thing to consider before we wrap this up, when you're trying to be a hoe, honest, organic, every day, how are the ways that it could be advantageous,
What are the
to
advantages?
to your life? What are the dangers to your life? How can being honest and organic in your own circle, in your own community, in your own situation work for you? Take the time to think about it.
And let us. And if you need help,
Please.
we might can help you.
Yeah.
We're not doctors, but we might can help you.
Like, be honest with yourself. Don't worry about everybody else, because you were put on this earth to better yourself.
True facts. That being said,
And so, because we really don't have much of a tagline for this,
Right.
we're gonna let you guys choose the taglines.
Right.
Like this one's today was y'all some hoes, and the tagline was we're always reigning truth, where the truth always reigns, but the truth reigns.
truth reigns. The title is Y'all Some Hoes. The tagline where the truth reigns.
Where
So
the
every
truth
episode,
reigns.
the tagline is going to be basically what you see or what you hear right before the episode starts. So if you ever watch Futurama out there in the streets, then the little bit of caption at the bottom of the screen when you see the words Futurama, at the bottom it says the world is going to end, or 9/11 was a hoax. It says something weird. So you guys have the opportunity to give us our tagline per episode. So for episode 2, let us know what the in the comments or wherever you can. Let us know what the tagline should be for a podcast episode 2. We're counting on you guys.
Yeah. So we're gonna be talking about gaslighting.
Woo!
So
Something with something.
make
to hate.
it similar to there. Fire some heat. Something if you can make it weather related. You know, the more clever you are, the more we'll like it. If it makes us laugh, we'll
It
like
could be
it.
heat or gas related.
Yep.
So that was your daily forecast, you guys. Thanks for hanging with us.
It's your boy Gumby.
It's your boy Joey.
And it's Shay.
And it's jelly.
And go out there and enjoy your day.
Yes.
All right.
Looks like a beautiful day, guys.
Trust me. Always
Go out
is.
there and be hoes.